We have
Hey,
grown-up chocolate too.
Chapter 8 for Rock Your Network Marketing Business with Susanna. And I'm just going to turn it over to her.
Hello. We're doing chapter 8 today. And I said it earlier, I rewrote the whole chapter. There was so much great information that I had to write all kinds of stuff down. So I started reading, highlighting, writing down, and then I was mind blown. It's not really new information because this is how we do it in our team anyways, mostly. But just refreshing everything and reading it from a different perspective is like almost like new information. So I'm just going to read from my notes. So chapter 8 is Power Start, Effective Enrollment, and Duplication. The duplication is where the magic happens, and we duplicate and we do it, make everything easy. So it's easy, simple duplication. It's kind of like you don't have to really know much. You just do what you got told to do, kind of. Duplication is where the magic happens. It begins with effective enrollment and getting your new teammate a powerful start, while teaching them at the same time how easy it is to duplicate with their new enrollers. So pretty much, I show you how you do it, that's how you do it, and then you show how you learned it to your downline. And she talks about how to stick with your team system. So if you learn a system and it's effective for your upline, you don't want to change this because you just make it complicated to the downline and sidelines that you train, because they learned it differently. So just stick with the easy, how your team is doing it. So there's a core system to everything. It includes effective enrollment, connecting your new ambassador to the company and the team tools and to the training. So in our case, we add them to our Dare to be Diamond team, and introduce our newest ambassador shortly, and why they joined and how we know each other. So we, show a little personal, it's not just business, we're friends too. Introduce your newest ambassador shortly and why they joined. I already said that. So the rest of the members can shout out a warm welcome, and they can be excited with them and for them, and maybe share a little bit about how their journey went and what Plexus has done for them, just to spark the excitement into a big fire. I know it helped for me because when I started Plexus, I knew nobody. And in the first 5 days, I added like 20 new friends, and they're really like not just added me, but like we had personal conversations over Facebook Messenger and got to know each other over the Dare to be Diamond page. I think back then it had a different name. So you kind of like, the ping pong bouncing back and forth. So it's like, oh, this is what Plexus has done for me. I'm so happy you joined this journey, and I can't wait for, your results. And then, you get super excited. And in my case, at least. And it just makes you want to go that extra mile, because everybody likes to be liked and be appreciated. So it's really, really a big deal to get them plugged into our team page and team members right away and get this excitement going. Then me personally, I connect, this is how I learned my duplication. We connect our team members to either the A team page, Rhonda's page, or the Well team page. I did the mistake. My first ambassador I signed, I was super excited about having an ambassador, and I added her to all 4 pages at once. And I think she got super overwhelmed, and she kind of deleted herself out of all of them. So this is not recommended. So start small, like our immediate page and maybe one more, and just tell them that they don't have to do anything. They just have to, like, you know, I would say maybe read what's in there, but so they know they do not have to be actively involved in all of those groups right away, because this is very, very overwhelming. And I just like adding, later I'm asking if it's okay if I add to another one, because all of those groups that I just read, like Rhonda's page, the A-Team page, and the Well Team page, are having different, they're all a little bit different, and you can find the personal one that speaks to you. So I don't know, but I really like the Well Team a lot. So connect them to the pages, but do not overwhelm them. Remember, keep it easy. We're doing this, it's easy, it's simple. Then you send your new ambassador, or me personally, I send them like an email. I think I got my first script for that email from Ansley when I just joined. Here again, duplication. I took what I got from her and I made it my own, and that's what I'm sending out now. She makes a Zoom appointment when not living close by to explain the website in the back office. And I have nobody living by. I do that over FaceTime, or I have not shared Zoom yet. I probably should do that. But I use FaceTime or Facebook, or what is the other one? Oh, WhatsApp. I have a friend, she lives in Germany, who's an ambassador. She's using WhatsApp. So that's what we do. They can take the comfort in knowing what to expect, and you just teach them simple actions. So I really just let them know in the beginning how simple everything is, and I feed little bits so they don't get overwhelmed. So starting with that email is a good thing, and they can read on their own time through it. And then I follow up and ask if they have any questions about the email, like 2 days later. And we're at effective enrollments. When we sponsor someone, we make a commitment. That starts already before we sign up, because we help them to get, we want to get them to get off with a great start. So we work closely with them during the first 30 days. I tell my ambassadors when they're signed up or going to sign up right from the get-go, you will hear from me every day for the next 30 days. So they know that it's coming. Some people think it's annoying if you get a message from somebody every day. So, just I'm going to contact you very quickly, see how you're doing. If you need any help, with taking your own products or signing somebody up or sharing your products or any, stories or something like that. So they know that they're not alone in this. So when we sign somebody up, we commit our time to them and be available to help with the IPA, the 3-way calls, event support, or coaching to help them get to the next level. Our first level is silver or fast gold. I have to admit, I'm not very familiar with the fast gold route, but I do know silver is signing up 3 ambassadors that make 100 PV. And then you get your first bonus. And at enrollment, we ask which starter kit or welcome pack they decided on. It's an opportunity to highlight features, benefits of the welcome packs for personal use, samples, and marketing materials. I think all of our welcome packs come with the same marketing material, We just have different products, and that all depends. I don't even know, how many do we have right now? Welcome packs. Is it 5? I have to check that. Looking this up. We also want them to get the greatest savings for their needs. It is our responsibility as ambassador or leader to share the value. Then enroll them in their monthly auto-ship subscription and help setting up their website. Ansley said a while ago, she doesn't even suggest the subscription. She just says it has to be on. So other than that, you are not actually, what's the word? You do not qualify to be an ambassador. So just have, you just tell them before you sign them up, hey, if you want to sign up as an ambassador, this is what I want you to do. I commit my time to you, but you have to have your auto shipment on, and that's the only way you qualify for an ambassador. Then help setting up their website. It was really fun doing this with my friend in Germany. Just the time differences was really the biggest part of the whole thing. And I got, like, in the middle of the night at like 2:00 in the morning, I get questions. She couldn't log on. And it was right then when we got the new website. So it was interesting and fun. And I told her, it kind of bonded us a little bit, troubleshooting stuff together. And so it was fun. It's important for us as business builders to get them a paycheck right away. Again, working together, the first 30 days helps. I got my first paycheck the first month, actually, because I didn't even know, but I I got my welcome pack and ordered on top of that some extra stuff. And next thing I know is Ansley's sending me this bottle in the mail because I made her go senior gold. I had no idea what that means. Those who get paid will stay, have them personal use their products and conveniently delivered every month. After enrollment, celebrate together and congratulate them. I sent a handwritten note I bought in a Hallmark store. They had like a sale. I bought a little box of thank you cards, and usually I sent them out and I am saying something like, thank you for choosing me and trusting me with your health and your training, or something like that down. And I also add a card so they can definitely reach me at any time. And I put some glitter in it or something, make it fun. Then walk them through their personal website. I know it's kind of hard when somebody that you sign up far away, but again, we have Zoom and all kinds of technology that we can share our information with over the internet. We show them where they find the fact sheets, the company training, the rank up roadmap, all of the good stuff, and kind of tour them through our back office. You can do that with screenshots or screen sharing live if you like. Then you teach them how to enroll ambassadors and customers. I also tell them that I will be there to help if they need it. You do want to hold their hands and guide them. You just do not want to do the work for them, but you definitely want to be there with them, because nobody wants to do this by themselves, especially when you're new and you don't know what you're doing. So on my book, it says here, page 85. On page 85, there are the action items that she's listed. The first things we do is we discuss the reason why. We work on the product and business story to share on calls and at events. 3, we discussed immediate goals. What would you like to accomplish for the first month? Are there any other immediate bonuses or titles they should be running for based on the company's program? And then we start our training in the first 48 hours. I can say those that signed up with me and I haven't heard from in like a couple of days after are the ones that are now kind of flying under the radar right at 95 PV and they just do what they need to do to get their own stuff, but they're not really interested in the business. I think if I would have, I did contact them, but they just didn't really send me anything back. And then I'm like, okay, they feel bothered. I'm just not gonna message them for another day or two. And don't do that. Just keep contacting them, bug them, because we want them to be excited and get going with, the first paycheck. You don't get that if they're like falling off the board before they even got on it. It's kind of reading all of this, I see all of everything that I'm doing wrong. And that's one of those things. So start training the first 48 hours. As sooner as better. Because you want to create the contact list. Here she's talking about 200 contacts. We say 100, but basically write everybody down that you do know. Then launch their business with an event. Sip and See online event, just talking about what it has done to your friends so far, maybe in a small here people meet a lot at Chick-fil-A or Panera Bread and share their stories. So it's kind of, if you do it this way, you attract people that might be interested and just have big ears. It's like, oh, what are they talking about? And then, you have people coming that weren't really going there for that. So that's something that is on my big scary list right now, is having a couple of friends meet at like a cafe or something where like a lot of people and just talk in a small circle loudly enough that people around you can hear about it and maybe get interested, and maybe you give a card out or something. The most critical activities for a new ambassador is to launch that business and to see success immediately. I can say again, me by accident ordering more than I had to for my first month, I immediately had a paycheck the next 15th, and it wasn't much, but it was super unexpected, and I'm like, ooh, I just ordered myself something and I got paid for it. So that was pretty nice. And just imagine what somebody's thinking who actually works for a paycheck. I didn't do this for business for a long time. It was just for myself, really. And then I'm like, what the heck? I'm taking it anyways. So creating your list. Already went over the previous chapters that she's talking about 200 people, but it's basically everybody you know, dog walker, babysitter, next door neighbors, anybody from back in school, from previous workplaces, family. You know somebody's name, you write it down. Then sit down together and create the team, the dream team. Who are your top 20 people you want to do life with? Who do you want to have on your dream team? And then ask them why they want them on your team and why they chose them. And then share the success stories of people with so their prospects can relate to. So if she said she liked, I don't know, Susie because Susie has a health issue that she knows somebody was saying Plexus help with. You find a story for this health issue, and you can say, hey, look, this is another testimony that you can send her to, share that Plexus might be something for her. So you share the success stories. It doesn't have to be yours. It can be somebody's on your team, somebody you don't know, anybody that takes Plexus and has a success story up for grabs. And this gives confidence to pick the phone up and talk to somebody, because you're like, I just started this business and I really think I want you on my team. Doesn't sound so confident. So if you're like, hey, I just saw a story about that woman that's like reminded me of you. She has the same issues. Plexus helped her. Can I share more about it? Would you be willing to listen to it? Maybe take a look at it. That's because in that conversation you come in already like being confident because you know what you're talking about, without having to have your own testimony. Oh, my chat is blanking. I had a great idea. Okay. I don't know what it was, but here you go. I had a good idea. I like it. Okay. Teach about the three-way calls. I'm sorry, I have this whole book. These things come in handy. I bought those last year at the convention, and that's where I put my notes in. It was a 3-pack. Teach about three-way calls. I highlighted the example call. It's on page 86. She just says, I am new and I'm just getting started. I love for my partner, Sarah, to share more. Do you have a minute to chat with her? This will also help me to learn a great deal about how to share this, so you are actually be doing me a great favor. So that's how we do our three-way calls too. You ask a friend if it's okay that your upline is sharing her story or a testimony or maybe a business success on a three-way. So, and tell them that it's kind of like training for yourself and information for them. So they're kind of like, it doesn't sound like you're selling anything. It's really just asking a friend for help. And they learn something about Plexus that they might be like, ooh, I didn't know about this. Tell me more. Back to this one. Then make it duplicatable. Reach out to those people on the list and share your story and the company story. Or how I said, like the story of the upline or sideline or downline, anybody you know, maybe even on a different team. Then teach how to invite people to their own events or a three-way call with the sponsor. Prior to the event, send information and review websites, video, and company tools to provide, so they can get ready for it on their own, in their own way, and get some information that they might want to share. Teach them why three-way calls are so effective and how to use them. Step 5, have the three-way call so they can learn how to make, so they can learn more and we can answer questions and handle objections. So if there's somebody on the three-way, I'm taking you again, for example, Ansley. I was put on a three-way call with Ansley that I didn't know. And Stephanie, back then, I didn't really know her either. She was the wife of a friend of my husband. That's how I got to Plexus. And she's like, yeah, I'm new to this. Can I put you on a 3-way call with my upline? She does that a little bit longer already. And I was like, sure, why not? And then they were talking about how Plexus is so great and might help me. And I found all the excuses. I mean, all of them. I didn't have money. I didn't have time. I already took every single medication out there and it didn't help. Why would Plexus do that for me? So Ansley was the pro on this whole call, and she's like, you know, kind of ensuring me why Plexus would work and why I should give it at least a try. And she kind of persuaded me with the 60-day money back guarantee. So because then I was like, okay, I tried for my friend. If it doesn't work, I get my money back. So this is really how I fell into Plexus. And it was because of that 3-way call, because I don't think if Stephanie had Ansley with her on a 3-way call with me, I probably wouldn't have signed up, because I just thought, is it scam? Somebody just wants money from me, kind of like. So this confirmation of Ansley being there really helped. The daily activity. She's talking about the 3-2-1 method or the 5-2-1 method, 5-3-2 method. It's really the 3 prospecting conversations or 5 prospecting conversations, the 2 follow-ups, and the 1 call to a team member to help them. If you do not have a team member yet, if you're all by yourself, you just signed up and you're brand new, instead of calling a team member, you just train yourself. You can train yourself with YouTube videos, or you can check out our back office. There's great information on Sonny and Cher. Just do that instead until you have a team member you can reach out to. It says, what did I put? The daily activity, new activity, and follow-ups are where the fortune lies. I know we hear that all the time, but it's really true. So daily activity. I've been doing it every single day, but I have not posted it on the IPA group how I'm supposed to. So I need to put that step on my IPA, post IPA pictures, because I keep forgetting. I know it's bad. Then she skips back to the train your new ambassador, tracking their daily 5, and how to use a spreadsheet for the calls, texts, cards, card samples, birthdays, congratulations for anniversaries. Like, keep in touch with people. Show them interest. You have interest in them, even if they don't buy anything from you. Just be a good friend. Then she talks about setting up 3-way calls in the first 48 hours. Block time. So make it a business appointment. Make these calls to potentials together. So you are there to back them up if they don't know how to answer a question. They can say, hey, I'm still new to this. I really don't know, but hey, my upline is here. She can help out, or he can help out. Set an immediate goal to get their first 10 customers and their first business partners in the first week. She again has an example on page 88. I started a new business and I'm up for my first promotion. I need a few really great orders. Would you be willing to try out our life-changing products? You'll get great results and also help me in getting off to a great start. Your ambassador, it's promoting your ambassador's belief if they get a promotion right away. So it's really, really important to just be there with them and do those texts or voice messages or on the phone, just telling their friends about their new business. So I put down a capturing because it's a lot of information. So adding to their list, reaching out to people on to invite them to an event or try products or the business opportunity. Look at their calendar, plan a grand opening launch date. She's talking about 3 launches. I would be overwhelmed with 1. But I think if you have a guiding hand that launches with you, it's going to be fun and easy, and you probably have fun doing 3. Set your next training appointment. Again, plug it in your calendar, so there is definitely time for it there. And it doesn't have to be long, just like maybe a half hour, but you should make an appointment for this. It's important. Stay in touch until then and ask how they do. And now I cannot read what I wrote. Okay. Oh, yeah, ask them how they do and help them to get prospects on board. Sarah talks about the last 3 grand opening launches events right away, the first 14 days. Give ideas on who to invite. Suggest everyone on your list, even the ones out of state, because you can contact them later. And she does have a little example for this on the bottom of page 89, saying something like, I know you're not in the state, but I wanted to invite you to this very important business launch, and it opens up a conversation to somebody that's out of the state. So like, you had a business launch, what business are you in? And then you can like, well, I'm doing Plexus. Well, that's it's like, what's Plexus? And then you just open a conversation and ping pong back and forth, and you explain what it is, what you do, and voila. And then if they don't want to be a customer or they're not interested, just ask them if they know somebody who might be interested in the products or the business opportunity. And sometimes they're actually volunteering and saying, hey, I am really interested, tell me more. So very important to invite people that are out of state, not just the people that you have around you. I'm going to go on here. Oh yeah, and then the ones that are local, tell them to bring their friends and family, and how much it means to you to have them there at your business launch party. And that's how we help them earn their first check. Bonuses and commissions as possible. The first check is crucial. It determines if they stick with you for a month or 2 or 3 or maybe 2 years. Once your new ambassador has learned the system, be sure you stay connected and always be available for their IPA, which includes prospecting meetings and calls. That's pretty much what we're doing Wednesdays. Our team meeting, we have that every week. For IPA, I know we have a ton of IPA groups that you can connect somebody with. Yeah, and just for your 532 or 321, that's where you put them on the list, so you don't forget about your ambassadors, and connect with them every once in a while and see how for every single person, but you don't want them to fall into the cracks. So keep them on your list and keep contacting them. What else do I have here? Tell them that you coach them and be there for them as long as they need you, but make sure you don't do the work for them. But keep them plugged in team meetings, calls, events. connect them with a accountability partner. She's talking about how to stay connected system on page 92. Important are regular, weekly, bi-weekly, and at least once a month meetings for your team to stay plugged in. Well, we have ours every Wednesday, so we're good to go. Meeting can be events in your home where your team learns how to invite their guests for presentation or an opportunity meeting, which ends in some sort of training. That's, I don't know, I think Brianna does that with her group, don't you? Like we have a lot of product trainings and researches and stuff like that.
I know Brittany started doing this too, but every week we have somebody research a product and teach on that product, and then we teach about some sort of personal development or something like that. So
and just again, it's simple, it's supposed to be easy. So your ambassador only has to learn how to invite a person to a meeting and follow up and after. Simple and duplicatable. And again, if you're long distance, you can do it like a Zoom meeting. If you're local, you can have just your little tiny group together around, I don't know, maybe in a home, and do it that way. I'm still working on a local team. I think it would be really awesome. I love having people around. So I can picture us sitting out there on my little picnic bank outside, and just talking plexus and chit-chatting, ping-ponging ideas off each other. Right now I'm still by myself, but I'm working on it. So plugging in on a national level, the big events are like leadership school for our profession. It's where business builders are created. Network marketing professionals attend conventions and big corporate and team events. Leaders never miss an event. Minds are made up at events. A hobby becomes a career. So this is our convention. If there's a convention, if there's an opportunity meeting around you, you go, because you're a team leader and you are the one that sets your duplication for your team. So if you don't go to events, your team is not going to an event. So when you hear about a big event, you take on your leadership role. You are the first one that signs up, because speed of the leader is speed of the team. And it's so true. Ansley was like, hey, it's like on this date, we can sign up for convention. She signed up for it on that day. And I know everybody in our team was like so excited about it. And I think the most people on our team signed up the first, 2 weeks or so to be there. So again, it's duplication. What you do, your team does. So then after you sign up yourself, you start promoting to your team and to your experience from past years, or an experience if you haven't been there before yourself, from your team leader that went a year before, and all the things you heard of it, and just share the excitement. Because if you share your business, excuse me, if you show, dude, I can't talk, share, not show. If you show your excitement and share it, and you promote to your team that you're going, they will follow, they will come too. And at least if they're not there this year, they want to be there next year. You will notice a major promotion happening before and right after a convention or a big event, because of the excitement before the whole thing. With us, we have like all these corporate things going on with like what are the points called? Convention points. So everybody is like excited about getting like a free gift or shopping spree, or you're working towards the winter dinner, and you were like really, really, really excited, and you see growth because of that. And then after the convention, you usually have this big excitement and promotion happening because of the results of you attending. Because what you learned, and you're like, you sparked your own fire again, and you're like super excited, and like pretty much I always say it's kind of like when you're going to school all year and then you have your summer and then you start school again. You're refreshed. You have like a new spark. It's like a new beginning, kind of. For me, I know last year after convention, I was so fired up. That's when I saw my biggest growth this year or last year till now, because of all the things that we learned and all of us together being excited about something and sparking on each other. So it's really important to share events and go there with your team, as many as you can get there. Because bigger growth in your business means bigger growth in your team and bigger growth for everybody's paycheck, and your team goes where you go. I think that was pretty much, nope, I have another one. And then she's talking about how to have fun with it. That's pretty much what I just said, like having my team out there with me, having a little garden party maybe or something like that. As your team grows, you will grow your leadership. Decide today what kind of leader you want to be and what kind of culture you want to create for your team. Remember, what you will do will duplicate. So start today. That's the end of the chapter. Yeah, there was a lot of information, and it seems like every time I read through it, I find something new that I have not gotten to all my brain before. But yeah, I learned out of this one how important this duplication really is, and how you have to start right away. Don't, wait till next week to train your new ambassador. Start right then and there. And that's all. Anybody else have something to share about chapter 8?
I don't have anything on chapter 8, but I wanted to tell you guys that Rhonda reached out to me about an hour ago and let me know that she has a bunch, I guess, of free enrollment codes. Ooh. So she's offering it to just our team. And so I wanted to make sure that you guys knew first that if you have anybody on the fence, that might be a good offer, and then just either get in contact with me or with Rhonda, and we can get code. I asked her how many. I was like, well, how many? And she's like, I have as many as you need. So I don't know what that means, but it made me excited. So go for it, run after it, and hopefully that will help close out the end of this month.
Just reading over here.
So exciting. Oh my gosh.
I know. I think you have a bunch of fence sitters, don't you? Or people close to signing up?
Yeah.
I know you do.
Good. That's exciting. Yes, Val, I think just go for it. I think, she didn't give me a number, so she didn't say like, oh, I have 3 codes. She just said, I have as many as you need. That's what she said. So I don't know. So yep. And I believe she got them from the opportunity event. So if you have an opportunity event in your area, I would go.
Yeah, she really wanted me to go. It's only like 3 hours from me, but it's in the middle of the week and I have kids in school and I couldn't get my husband home. So
I understand.
now I have
Handley,
to look at it over
is it for
Facebook.
everybody on our team?
Yeah.
Okay.
She just
Perfect.
just our
Sweet.
team. So. Yep.
That's exciting. All right then. Well, that's all
Hey,
I had.
Val, I'm
So-
just gonna say, I saw you say I have a few interested, but money is an issue. Make sure that you vet these people because $34.95 isn't gonna make a difference in the fact they still have to come up with the money every month. And so a lot of times we get people that are ready to sign up because they get a discount, but then they don't follow through the following month because they don't have the money. So I'm not saying don't offer it to them. I'm just saying make sure that they have a 60 to 90 day commitment before you do that. I would say, I can't offer it unless you have committed to 60 to 90 days because it's just going to discourage you to sign them up for them to fall off next month. And it's not going to help them because they're going to get 30 days of product and then they're not going to get the results that they expected. Just a suggestion. Thank you, Susanna.
Oh, you're welcome. It's actually getting less stressful.
Good.
But yeah, sometimes I just don't find my words, and I'm like,
Oh, you did great. You did a good job.
alrighty. Well, I'm